Where are you from?
Scotland.
Scotland. Do you stay here in Thailand or you on a visit?
Sorry?
Are you visiting or are you staying?
Visiting.
Visiting. This is your first time?
First visit.
First visit. Yeah. You have friends here?
Yes.
They live here?
Yes.
I see. Okay. So how long have you been here now?
9 days.
9 days.
9 days. Staying long?
Leave on
We
Sunday.
go on Sunday.
Sunday. Go home Sunday.
On Sunday, about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I see.
We come back again as soon as we can.
Yes.
What do you like about this place?
Everything.
Everything.
Just
More relaxed,
It's
maybe?
very calm, relaxed. Yeah, beautiful.
beautiful. People very
Very
nice.
kind.
Very kind.
Yeah.
Very friendly. It's very good.
People forget the essence of happiness.
Yes.
They, instead of making happiness, they're making sadness or making stress for themselves
Yes.
because they overdo it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too much of it.
We come here for rest.
Yeah.
We have good rest. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
Buddhism teaches moderation in everything.
We smile a lot
Yes. We smile a lot now.
in Thailand.
It's good.
Is there anything you like to know about Buddhism?
What would you like to know?
Really? I don't know.
Just happiness.
Yeah. We just look for
Peace.
peace and happiness.
Peace and happiness.
Well, Buddhism divides happiness into 2 parts. The physical part and the spiritual part. See, the body can give you a certain amount of happiness. And if you want anything more than that, you have to go the spiritual way. The spiritual part of happiness is a lot more than the physical part. And it's more lasting also. The physical part can only last as long as the body lasts. And the body doesn't last forever.
No.
But as far as the spirit is concerned, the spirit lasts forever. The spirit of the mind. This is the one who tells the body what to do. See, we have 2 parts, the body and the mind. The mind is the one who thinks and who knows, who feels, who tells the body what to do. Buddhism treats the body like a servant, and the mind as the master. And the body is temporary. It can only exist for a certain period of time. After 80, 90 years or 100 years, it will have to perish. Go back to its original part, which are the 4 elements. See, the body is composed of these 4 basic elements: the earth, the water, the wind, and the fire. I guess if you use the modern terminology, you call it solid, liquid, heat, and gas. This is what makes up the body. Since they are made up of parts, they have to fall apart. That's why the body doesn't last forever. It has to fall apart because it's composed of different parts. They come together through the food that you eat. See, the food that you eat comes from the earth, from the water. And the air that you breathe are the gases. And the temperature, the heat in your body, you get from the sun and from the food that you eat. This is what makes up the body. And this is a continuing process of integration and disintegration. At the start, the process of integration is stronger than the process of disintegration. But as you move on, move forward, when you reach halfway, then the process reverse. The process of disintegration becomes stronger than the process of integration. That's why the body, after it gets to midway, it starts to deteriorate. It starts to fall apart slowly. That's why you start to get sick more often. And then eventually the body will no longer can remain, the four elements cannot remain together. Then the body stops functioning. So this is the story of the body. And it's true with everybody, regardless of nationality, race, or what. But there's another part of us we call the mind. The mind is different from the body in that it is one part. It's not made up of any part, so it doesn't fall apart. It continues on after the disintegration of the body. See? The mind and the body comes into contact, come into association at the time of conception. And where does this mind come from? It comes from previous lives. This mind has a body like it has right now. In its previous life, when it lost that body, it then goes on and to search for a new body. See? So when there's any copulation between the male and female, and then there are the forming of the physical part, the body, then this mind comes into attach itself to this new body, and it takes control of this body at the time of birth. See? When the body comes out of the womb, then the mind starts to direct the body, tells the body what to do. So this is the story of us, the body and the mind. We have one part which is temporary and one part which is permanent. So once we understand this, we can live a more balanced and a more peaceful life, because we know who we're supposed to look after and how much. We have to look after the body. We also have to look after the mind, because there are things that cause stress or sadness to the body and also to the mind. But without Buddhism, we would not know this. We would be only thinking of the body, because that's the only thing that we see. See, we don't see the mind. We don't see the one who's talking right now, who's listening right now. The one who's listening is not the body. See, the one who's talking is not the body. The body is just a medium that the mind used to communicate with another mind. My mind is communicating with your mind through my body and your body. See? I think what I want to say, then I say it through the body. Then you hear the voice through your body, and then this voice then goes to your mind and lets you know what I'm talking about. So the body is just a medium. Why the mind is the one who really, who is really feeling the happiness or the sadness, or experiencing the happiness or the sadness, is the mind. It's because the mind is the one that knows, who knows, why the body doesn't know. The body doesn't know what it hears, the body doesn't know what it feels, it touches. It is the mind that knows. When the body has no mind, you can do anything to the body and it doesn't react, right? When there's no mind, when there's just a corpse, you can cut up the body, you can pinch it, you can do anything to it, and the body will not react in any way, because it has no knowledge of what's happening to the body. The one who knows is not the body. See, so why the mind is with the body? The one who reacts to anything that comes into contact with the body, it's not the body, it is the mind. See? But the mind doesn't know how to react properly. Instead of react in a way that will make it calm and peaceful and happy, it reacts in a way that causes it to become stressful and unhappy. So Buddhism teaches us how to teach the mind, how to react to things that come into contact with the body. There are five places where things come into contact with the body. We call the senses, through the five senses, through your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body. This is what the thing come into contact with your body, and then the mind is the one who acknowledges this thing that come into contact. When the mind see the body, when the body, the eye see the picture, see forms of sight, then it's sent to the mind. See? The mind is the one who acknowledges or aware of these things that the eye see. Same thing with the ears. When the sound hits the ears, it goes to the mind. Then the mind reacts. See? This is where the problem starts. When you start to react in the wrong way, when you start acting in the wrong way, it can cause you to become sad or unhappy, or happy. When you see something, sometimes you become happy, and sometimes you become sad. Why? Because you have a certain, can't think of the word, but maybe memory. You remember that picture, and you know whether you like it or you dislike it. When you like it, you become happy. When you dislike it, you become sad. Then you have reaction toward your happiness and your sadness. When you see something you like, you want to hang on to it. And when you see something you don't like, you want to get rid of it. But this thing, sometimes you cannot control them, right? When you see something you like, sometimes you want it to stay with you, but it won't stay with you. And when you see something you dislike, you want to get rid of it, it won't go away.
Very much. Yeah.
So that's where the problem starts. The mind starts to creating stress, sadness, and misery to itself. Nothing. It's not the picture, the thing that you see or hear that causes you to be happy or sad. It's your reaction to what you see or hear that makes you become happy or sad. So you have to study the nature of things that you see or hear. And the Buddha said that everything that you see or hear or that come into contact with your body, or even your body itself, they have three characteristics. One, they are impermanent. They are constantly changing. They can rise and they can cease. They can come and go. Secondly, you cannot control them. You cannot tell it to be like this or like that. Sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't. And if you want to control them, and if you cannot, then you become sad. So this is the nature of things. You have to understand that they are constantly changing. They are part of nature. Because they come from nature. Everything here is made up of nature. What we see comes from nature. They are made up of the four elements. They are either the wind, and the earth, the water, or the fire. When they combine, they become trees, they become a human body, they become everything that we see. And they are constantly in the process of change. rising and eventually ceasing. So this is what we have to understand, that when we come into contact with things, we should try to disregard our likes or dislike. Because if we cannot disregard our likes and dislikes, we will become attached to them one way or the other, either positively or negatively. Positively, you cling on to them, you hold on to them. Negatively, you want to push them away. But you cannot control them. Sometimes you want to cling to them, they won't let you cling to. Sometimes you want to push them away, they won't go away. See? So this is where we have to learn to change the mind, or to teach the mind to react in a different way. The best way to react to everything is to be neutral, not to like or dislike. Because if you don't like or dislike, then you don't cling to them, or you don't try to push them away. See?
So true.
And when they come or go, it doesn't matter to you. If you don't cling to them, if they leave you, okay, no problem. If you want to push them away, if you don't want to push them away, if they come, no problem either. You can stay with them. So this is the problem with our mind. We never learn how to know how to be neutral. We are always on the left or the right, never in the middle. We always either like or dislike. Sometimes we are in neutral. If we see something we don't know, sometimes we are in neutral. Then we are safe that way, see. When you see something you don't know whether it's good or bad, then you say, okay, So you're actually safer when you're in the neutral zone than when you're in the like or dislike zone. And the way to make your mind become neutral in Buddhism is to meditate. See? You have to stop your mind from working all the time. Right now your mind is constantly thinking. When it thinks about things you like or things you dislike. See? So you can stop your thinking, then you can stop your like and dislike. So this is why we do our practice, is to meditate, to bring the mind to neutral, in the middle, not to the left or to the right. When you can meditate and you can stop your mind from thinking, your mind becomes still and neutral. And then there will be no like or dislike. Then you're safe, because whatever comes into contact with the mind doesn't react. So this is basically what we are trained to do. We are trained to do here.
We find neutral.
We need to find neutral. We need to find neutral.
If you can become neutral, you can disregard everything. Because when you're neutral, you're content, you're happy. You don't need anything. You don't need the body even. Whatever happens to the body doesn't bother you. It can get old, it can get sick, or it can die. And it won't bother the mind that is in the middle, the mind that is calm and still. So this is the purpose of Buddhist meditation, is to bring the mind to the neutral zone. To just be aware of things and doesn't have any discrimination toward those things. Just see them for what they are. See them as being impermanent, seeing as being something that you cannot control. Then you can just, once you see that they are like that, then you don't want to try to manage or control them. See, our stress, our problem is we're trying to control everything, right? Everything that we like, we want to control, we want to keep it. But we can never keep anything. Everything that we like, that we have right now, one day we're all going to lose them all. And when we lose them, what happens? We become very sad. And even when we're not losing, we are sad, we are worrying.
We worrying, we lose.
Because we don't know when we're going to lose them. See?
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's...
So what you want to do is try to meditate.
Yes.
And The thing that can calm your mind is mindfulness. Mindfulness means being mindful of what you do in the present. Don't let your mind go to the past or to the future. Stop it from thinking about anything that is not important. You can still think things that is important to you, what you have to do at the moment. But you shouldn't think about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah. Just try to be here and now in the present. Just try to be aware rather than thinking. Then when you meditate, when you sit down and close your eyes, you can focus on your breath. Use your breath as your object of concentration. If you keep watching your breath, then you can stop your thoughts. Eventually, if you can stop your thought, then your mind will become still. Then you will reach the neutral zone.
Yeah.
So good.
Breathe in and breathe out. Yeah.
So try from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, try to curb your thought.
Yes.
Reduce your thought as much as possible. And one way to do it is to concentrate on what you do. Just keep watching your body, every movement of your body. If you cannot, then you might be able to then you might want to try using a mantra, a word or something to recite mentally. In Buddhism, we use the name of the Buddha. We say, Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. If we can recite Bhutto, 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 then we cannot think about this or that.
Yeah.
Or if you can concentrate on what you do and not thinking about other things, that's okay also. If you're eating, just concentrate on your eating only. If you're washing your hair, just concentrate on washing your hair. Don't think about other things. Yeah. Then you will have mindfulness. Then when you sit, then you can be mindful of your breath. And you keep being mindful of your breath, you stop thinking. And then when you stop thinking, your mind becomes still and become neutral. That's simple, but it's hard to do, that's all. Try to do it.
Yes.
But if you can do it, you can
practice.
Have to practice a lot.
You practice or you practice.
Yeah.
You can turn your handicap into something profitable. Because you cannot go anywhere, do anything, then it's easy for you to become mindful. Just be mindful, just be with your body. And you can meditate all day long. You don't have to go do anything.
No.
I wish.
If your body is active, then you keep going doing something else. Then you won't be being mindful. See?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. You practice.
Just practice it.
You learn.
It's good. It's good.
Good. Yeah.
We're cool.
So remember, every time you see things or hear things, remind yourself there are three characteristics. The three characteristics. One, they're changing. They're rising and ceasing. Second, you cannot control them all the time. Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. Third, if you try to control them and you can't, then you will become stressful and unhappy. If you don't want to be stressful, then don't try to control them. Try to live with them. Take them for what they are. Don't try take them to be for what you want them to be. Our problem is we want to manage them, to change them. See? And when we cannot do that, we become unhappy. So if you don't want to be unhappy, just try to take them as they are.
Be neutral.
Be neutral.
Neutral new word.
Yes. New for.
Take whatever comes.
Yeah.
And let whatever go. You know. Just don't try to manage them. Don't try to control them, because everything is not under control.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. Too many outside forces. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Need to think about that. Yeah.
I have some books in English that you can take home and read. It's over there on the other building on the shelf.
Okay.
You can later go on and browse
Thank you.
and
Yes.
pick
Yes.
whatever you like.
Thank you so much. Thank
And I also have talks in English on YouTube. If you can go into YouTube, just search for Dhamma in English. And there will be my talk, which is being recorded right now. We are on live broadcast on YouTube and Facebook. It's all over the world. People in Scotland is watching right now.
Hello, Scotland.
Get up at 9 o'clock every morning.
We watch on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, we watch.
Yeah, it's on live every day here, 2 to 4 here.
Oh, fantastic.
And you can then text the question if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have any question while we're on live broadcast, we receive text messages. In the live broadcast, you can send in your comment,
Fantastic.
and your comment will pop up on our screen, and then they will read to me, and then I can reply right away.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is so good. Wow.
Okay, you have any question you want to ask?
I think it was more about the well-being and the mindfulness was what really, because I've had a lot of issues to deal with, and as you said, like too many outside things all at one time, so very difficult to cope with. So
Makes your mind very-
Just let them be. If you cannot cope it, just let it be.
Yeah.
yeah,
If you cannot control it, let it go. Let it happen.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah. That's something that we need to do. Because it's
It makes sense. It's so
It's,
simple.
so
It's easy. You
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. Just have practice letting go, because everything is impermanent.
Mm-hmm.
Everything they will eventually go, whether you let go or not.
Mm-hmm.
If you let go before they go, you can be happy. If you cannot, you will be sad when they go.
Yeah.
That's the difference, really, about letting go or not letting go. If you can let go before it goes, you can be happy. If you cannot let go before it goes, when it goes, it will make you sad. That's all. It's simple. So you just have to remind yourself that everything's gonna go.
Yeah. Eventually.
Eventually, everything's gonna disappear from you. All that is left is your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Then your mind will be left empty. Then you will have to go look for a new body and start out over again with a new body. But if you can let go of everything, your mind will become neutral and content. Then the mind won't need a new body after you lose this body. Then there will be no rebirth anymore for the mind. The mind can exist without having to have a new body. But if you cannot let go, when you lose, then you usually go look for a new one, right? Replacement. So if you cannot let go of your body, when you lose this body, you will go and get a new body.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you restart the whole process over again. This is what Buddhism calls rebirth. Keep rebirth, you know.
Yeah.
Reborn, keep reborning, because the mind still cannot become neutral. Still like and have dislike. So it needs the body to go look for what it likes and try to run away from what it dislikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything you say makes sense to us.
Yes. I've tried to run away from many things, but
Yeah.
We always.
they always catch you. Yeah.
You think you get away.
Yeah.
You think you run away, and then it comes catch you.
What you're running away is your dislike, which you cannot run away. What you should do is get rid of it. See?
Yeah.
Once you get rid of your dislike, then you can be with everything, because there will be nothing that you dislike.
Yeah.
Then there will be no need to run away.
Yeah.
So you have to make your mind neutral. Then you won't have any like or dislike.
Practice.
Yeah. I think
Try do it. Sit down, close your eyes, and try to see if you can watch your breath. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Just know, just watch. You don't have to manage the breath. You don't have to force the breath to be short or long. Just watch. Just keep watching, focusing, so that you don't think about other things. That's all. Simple.
Yeah.
If you can do this, your mind can become gradually calmer, calmer, and eventually become still and neutral and happy. Then you don't need to do anything. You just you have reached your happiness. That's what we all look for, isn't it? It's happiness. But we have to use the body to find happiness for us. We have to come all the way from Scotland to find happiness.
Yes.
When in fact you could have the same kind or better kind of happiness by just sitting still and watching your breath.
Yes. But we wouldn't have learnt that if we hadn't come here.
Yeah, you have to go around circle.
We had to come all this way
Yeah.
to learn.
To know
we
that
come
you-
long way to learn.
To know that you don't have to come here.
No, I think we come back for some other stuff.
Yeah. We go, we practice, and then come back.
That's so good. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Made me think. Yeah.
So I have to switch to the Thai now.
Yeah.
I speak to the...
Yeah.
So, okay.
We
Thank
listen.
you so
Unless
much.
you have something else you can ask later on if you
No.
like. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, just put it here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Hope you can learn how to meditate. It can make you a lot happier.
Yeah, I'll start
Yeah.
practice today.
Yeah. Then you don't have to do anything. Just meditate.
Just meditate.
Yeah.
I practice today.
Because if you don't meditate, your mind will become agitated and restless, and it wants to do this and that, and your body cannot support your mind. But if you can meditate, you calm it down, and you become peaceful and happy. Then you don't need to use the body to do anything.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's put it there. You have no children? Do you have any children? Four. All grown-ups?
You say about control, I think
Yeah,
children.
yeah. Stop controlling them.
Yeah.
Let them be. You can
That's
guide.
what I think.
You can guide them and teach them, but you
Yeah.
cannot control them.
I think you talk about my children. when you say
Everything, everything.
that. Thank you.
Okay.